Starting YouTube 2009, it wasn't open for everyone to make money from AdSense. But I've been making money here on YouTube since 2009 because I sell products and services. Hold on, I'll be back. Life is funny. When I started my YouTube channel, I didn't see any of the things that happening.
If you want to start a YouTube channel, I'll give you a little bit more information later. But essentially, this is how I got started. I didn't have a great camera. I just sat down and I started making videos.
Hello, my name is Glendon Cameron. I'm here to introduce...
Yeah, that's me, looking kind of crazy. That was my first video on YouTube. It was a little strange, sitting there talking by yourself in front of this computer, talking to no one. It was somewhat awkward, but this is my first video, August 6, 2009. Well, it's the first one that I uploaded to YouTube because the other ones were really jacked. As I went on, I made a lot of videos, a ton of videos. So many videos, I became really comfortable with the process, but that didn't happen overnight. It's something that took time. I was a storage auction guy, for real, before the television shows came on, before all of the hype. That's something that I did for over a decade of my life. I made so many different videos with strange topics like this one. Stinky units make money. They do. Buy a unit for $1, buy it for $10, make $1,000. It's a great way to really maximize your profit. Another thing that I did, I made a lot of videos, a ton of videos. At one point I was making 5 videos per day. I just kept cranking them out because the more videos that I made, the more traffic that I got to my blog, which was amazing. Because the more traffic that I got, the more books that I sold. So over time, my YouTube thing changed quite a bit. I never thought that this channel would have a life of its own.
I want you to listen to the words that come out of my mouth. I guess I need to shave, if that makes any sense. And the journey is really kind of crazy because I'll tell you the plan. I was going to write a book, make some money real quick, and then do the Great American Novel. Because I still have that concept, I just haven't really addressed it at the moment. But that has been something that I've done from the beginning. It rubs some people wrong because people are like, I'm just here for the free information. I just want all of this stuff. And I'm that kind of guy that just doesn't give a fuck, because how you start something is how you're going to end something. But the larger issue is, or the greater part of the journey, is how I hated making videos in the beginning. 2009, 2010, I absolutely hated making videos. But there are 1,250 videos on this channel now. At some point, the hate became determination. It became fun. It's like fun to do these videos. Now it's fun to meet people and it's fun to interact with people in the comments. I didn't see that coming. It was a really huge shock for me because I'm an introvert and I like to be by myself and I like to work in private and I don't like people working when I'm around, and it's really brought me out of it. I've done several speaking engagements because of this YouTube channel. I've gotten all kind of incredible opportunities because of this YouTube channel. And it just started with that one horrible video that I showed you in the beginning. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. But you can't begin something without starting someplace, and that was my deal. So in 2009, I'm just going to give you the Cliff Notes version. Upload the first videos, then I found that they really brought an incredible amount of traffic to my blog, which at the time was Urban Pack Rat. Don't look for it, it doesn't exist anymore. I would get 10, 20 hits a day. I started putting up the stories, the storage auction stories, the Craigslist stories, all of these things. Then it was 200-300 hits a day on the blog. And I was just like, wow, this is like 10 times the traffic. So there's been a great deal of experimentation. There's been so much change with the channel, change of the direction, change of the logo, all of this stuff. And I really feel that I'm just really getting started. So 2009, put videos up, and with that kind of like, I'm putting videos up. Didn't know anything about it. Used a Sony CyberShot that only had standard definition. That's why you see my early videos with the black bars on the side, because I didn't know any better. The audio was crappy. It was just horrible. It was just really, really horrible. But like I said, we all must begin somewhere. Then 2010, things got a little better. I started to learn some stuff. I started to make better content. Then 2011, that's the year things just took off. I was talking about storage auctions before anyone else online, had the blog and everything. So when the shows came on, it was like free marketing for me. I would wake up and look into my payment account and be like, what the hell happened last night? It was those kind of moments. Then 2011, 2012, I started to morph, because if you didn't know, I was one of those guys who really bought storage units for real for a decade in Atlanta, Georgia. From 2009 to 2010, 11, 12, it kind of dawned on me, I wasn't buying storage units anymore. I really wasn't selling anything on Craigslist, but the channel was predicated on storage auctions. So I started turning the
ship, which rubbed some people the wrong way. And a bunch of people went boo, and screw you, we're out of here, we're leaving.
And that's just one of the things when you change the subject matter of your channel. So as a word of advice, if you create a channel and it gets some traction, you cannot change what you're talking about, because you'll lose the first people who came. And it happened to me, and that's one of the reasons it's like turning an iceberg sometimes, but you can do it. It's just really, really slow. Then 2013, 2014, I came up with a mindset I've had for a long time. I just gave it a nomenclature of the Hustler Mindset Project. And I started really, really focusing on that and creating classes and courses. And some of the courses were like really good. Most of the courses were people like, we don't want those. So that was another learning lesson. But my YouTube journey is really different, because it's always been predicated on selling stuff early on. That's just been the thing. So it has never been overly dependent upon AdSense, because you have to have a tremendous amount of views or a crazy conversion rate to really rock out on AdSense. But I like the product model. Like I said, the channel's been predicated on selling stuff since 2009. And I've become pretty good at it, which wasn't really easy. In the beginning, I was so excited for the 100 views or the 200 views, because I was getting the 10 views or the 20 views on the blog, that I was extremely excited and became very determined, because I liked the results. Understand, I didn't like making videos, and that didn't come until almost in the third year, but I liked the results. That was really, really cool, that I was able to just whip out a shitty camera, start making videos, start making money online with no experience, just because I tried something different and new. And that's what's really exciting about YouTube. There's been many things of people are talking about Facebook video, YouTube competitors. I don't really see anyone being a real threat to YouTube at the moment, because just like I went through my experience, YouTube's gone through their experience, and they've learned a lot, and they have all this incredible data, and I think it's just going to get better and better and better, because what you can do by creating a YouTube channel and starting to make money, I don't care if it's $50 a month, it's exciting. Many people don't understand, before you get to the end where you want to be, you have to start at the beginning where you're unhappy. And that was my journey, because like I said, I think I'm just really getting started. And there are many people who ask me questions like, is YouTube still good? Translation, do I have to work hard? And the answer is, yes, you do. That's the thing. I watched many people over the years who started off just like I did, 0 views, like you will if you start a channel, 0 views, and it takes time. And one of the reasons that I'm very, very excited is it seems that 5 or 6 year mark is when people really take off. Because I've gone back and looked at some people that I used to track, and I was just like amazed at their progress. So that's my YouTube journey. Started off as a storage auction guy, telling stories of the things that I got out of storage units, talking about the crazy Craigslist interactions, and now there are new stories. I signed up for Uber to drive, and it was only 6 weeks, but it was a jam-packed 6 weeks. There's other hustling stories that I'll talk about. There's business tactics, there's free books, there's free courses, there's all kinds of stuff that's here, and it's starting to take shape and form and become something bigger than me, which is really kind of cool. So if you want to do YouTube, here's a few tips. Pick something that you really like, or you can appreciate, or learn to like. If you want to do a YouTube channel and you just like, hey, you want to get a bunch of views, you're going to do like gaming or something, good luck with that. Because I don't care what it is, at some point it's going to suck. I'm a writer. I love putting words together. I love communication. But 75% of writing, I fucking hate. Making videos, there's about a 50% part of making videos, the shooting of the video, to getting shots, having fun. Then you got to edit this, and there's just a lot of stuff that I don't like, but I like the overall process. So what I'm telling you is, do not get on YouTube to make some videos following someone else's lead. Figure out what your thing is. Always be yourself. That's one of the benefits of having a channel. You can be you, doing what you do all day long, and you can make money. Now, how do you make money with YouTube? Many people will throw out AdSense. I think that's the least efficient way to make money. And I have videos monetized, but once again, I have 1,250 videos. So even if one of those videos, and they don't, because there's only 200 videos that really make money, the rest of them make no money. But if they only made $1, it's worthwhile. So you've got that going on. What's the best way, in my opinion, to make money with YouTube is to use it as a lead generation tool. That's what I use it for. It is, I've been in sales, outside sales, inside sales. Hands down, YouTube is the best lead generation tool I've ever seen in my life. It's just a matter of what you have to do to make it work for you. And that's really, really important. That's why I don't believe in copying anybody. That's why I don't believe in, it's yours to make it what you want it to be. And the problem for many people is they don't know what they want to be. They don't have no idea what they want to be when they grow up. They're 40 years old, 50 years old, still trying to figure out what they want to be. Make a decision, stick with it, learn from your lessons, and if it doesn't work out, do something else. What I'm saying is you're going to have to get started. You're going to have to try some stuff. Play around with it. Have fun. Another way to start your YouTube channel is to start more than one channel at once. Something I've noticed. Many big YouTubers started secondary, third, collateral channels. And it's real hard for the secondary or third channel. I actually know of one exception whose collateral channel did way better than his main channel, but the content was super, super cool. Start 3 channels at once and just play around with it. You've got your personal channel, you got your business channel. I've got 5 channels. And I do most of my work here, and I'm starting to put more stuff on other channels, and then I have a Vimeo site, and I have all this other stuff because now I love video. But I didn't like it in the beginning. I didn't like it at all. Now, if you want to make money with video, you really, really have to ask yourself some questions. Why do you want to make money? I know it's a stupid question, right? But no, it's not. I had really, 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 really small, itty bitty monetary goals. I'll tell you the story. Since we're here and we're friends and shit now, I'll tell you the story. I've always wanted to be that person that could say I wrote a book. It was very, very important to me. And when it happened, it was one of the happiest moments of my life. That was it. The goal was to create the book. That was it. There was this other stuff, the consulting contract, the reality television, all none of that was in the plan. It was just, if I could write this book, put it out, and have a few people go, yeah, we like it enough to pull out our wallet and buy it. That was it. Really, really small goals. And when I go through the process and look back at it, it was a huge goal. It wasn't about money. It was about accomplishment. So if you are trying to put something together, focus on the determination, focus on the accomplishment, focus on helping people, focus on being something bigger than you are, then your channel has a shot. If you're just chasing YouTube to make money for the sake of making money, once again, good luck. Because at some point, you're going to have to deal with the high shit factor. I've had videos flagged for copyright infringement. I've had stuff taken down. I've had cease and desist letters sent to me. All kinds of stuff. And I almost lost my YouTube channel because I got like 2 copyright strikes from a certain television channel, bitches, in 2 days. And I could have challenged it because what I was doing was appropriate because they were reviews, appropriate use of copy, but I just said screw it and I left it alone. Best ideal ever because it forced me to do something different. So if you want to do a YouTube channel and you really, really have no clue, I'm going to say stay in your backyard. If you like to hunt, do a YouTube channel about hunting. You like to fish, do a YouTube channel about fishing. Because you're going to have to deal with the bullshit factor. And if you're just forcing yourself to do something you really don't want to do, it's going to become tired, old, and you're going to stop and you're going to waste a lot of time, effort, and money. What's the best camera to use for YouTube? If you have an Android phone, recent model Android phone, recent model iPhone, you're in the house. You just have to stay close. If you want to spend a little money, I would suggest $600 to $700 on a nice Canon camera. Most of them will do. If you really got swag, spend $1,500 to $3,000. Get you a camera that you can put an external mic to, does all kinds of stuff, has filters, and you can rock out. But with that, my best video here on YouTube, how to find gold at garage and estate sales. The camera is shitty. The audio is a little shitty, and that video has made me almost $100,000 in 4 years between AdSense and opportunities. So you really, once again, you got to get into this. You got to play around with it. You have to play around with it because you don't know what's going to work until you really start doing it. Now let's talk about the time factor because this is the question you want to know. Glendon, how long will it take me to make some money? I don't know. You may be connected. You may have a special skill. I have no clue. And the reason I tell you this honestly is because there are many of you, you have an ideal, there's something you want to do, and you've been thinking about that shit for 5 or 6 years and you haven't made your first video, you haven't made your first blog post, you have done none of that, and you're just like waiting for that perfect, majestical, mystical moment to occur and the heaven to open up and it's like, oh, and all this happens and then you'll be blessed. What you're doing is burning daylight, you're burning moonlight, and you are screwing yourself over because I saw a video tonight and I have to agree with the guy, and it was Kanye West. And he said the only luxury in life is time. It's one of my principles because see, this time that we're sharing together, once it's gone, we can't get this moment back. It's gone. So if you have an ideal or something you want to do and you're just sitting around waiting for the perfect time, it's not coming. You have to make the time you have perfect. So that's what I'm saying about doing the YouTube channel. Now, if you have made it all the way to the end, this is what I'm going to do for you.